I started when I was 19, so I've been tattooing for about 15 years now. I've been doing it for quite a long time. When I first started, I thought it was more of a hobby. I didn't know anything about tattooing because I came from a factory family and most of them didn't have tattoos, and the ones that did were getting tattooed out of somebody's house, which I do not recommend. But when I found an apprenticeship at a tattoo shop, I fell in love with it in a week, and I realized it's a lifestyle. It's not just a job. So within the first week, I knew this is what I wanted to do with the rest of my life.
I've noticed you're not from North Carolina, right?
Nope, I'm originally from Ohio, and I've traveled all around the U.S., going to different places. I started traveling about 5 years into the business, into the industry, and then I settled here after, I don't know how many locations, honestly. I didn't really have any savings or any real plan except for knowing what I had been through in the many shops I'd worked at, and knowing that I could make a shop run. Being a female in the industry is already hard enough, let alone a female boss, because you get some men who are not used to working for women and then they want to treat you lesser than because of that. So that's been a big obstacle. None of my staff now is like that, but I have been through people that are that way before. I will never forget the 93-year-old woman who got her first tattoo on her face because she was a nurse her whole life and she was never able to get tattooed. So when she finally decided to get tattooed, she just started with her face because she's like, why not? The reason she never got tattooed was to be able to help other people. So it was really empowering for her when she finally retired to be able to get that tattoo. I do kind of like a charity thing myself where I cover up tattoos for free from like sex trafficking victims and ex-gang members and drug addicts and stuff. So there is one person who I'm working on that I've tattooed over the name of her ex-abuser. Like he tattooed her or had her get tattooed like 7 times. One really large across her chest. Now she'll go out in a low-cut sundress and show her legs and everything because she's got her body back. It doesn't belong to him anymore. There's not one tattoo that's really more important or less important. I always considered my spirit animal to be a platypus, so that's my nomadipus. He's a nomadic platypus with this little hobo bag back there, which never got finished because the artist who did it was kind of, he was inebriated at the time and he was putting me through some pain that I didn't appreciate for no reason. I won't go into the story, but I decided to not let him finish it. Obviously, I've got my mom heart, traditional sailor tattoo.
I figured how your name is really interesting, Golden Falcon. How do you come up with this name?
We started as Gypsy Hill. It's a derogatory slang in a lot of places. So as soon as I found out that it could be construed offensively, I decided to change the name. I am a traveler and I've always had a thing with birds because of their freedom.
What are your plans, future? What do you see in the store?
The plan is to become my own counter help eventually when I'm too old to tattoo and I still want to be in the shop. But me and my partner want to have kids and we want to, travel. So having a studio allows me a little bit of that freedom. Well, will allow. Being an owner of a shop doesn't allow a lot of freedom, but eventually it will.